Live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. It's time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me. They call him the boat, man. They call him the boat. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dreams, man. You know this show, man. This show here inside the Hall of Fame is all about the people. Coming to you from ESPN 975. Man, you know what? I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I'm so excited today. We're coming off a huge weekend. UFC 316 went down. And what a night. What a night. What a fight. Before I even get to Brad, I want to thank one other person. Jim Grease Hopper, who definitely was the man, behind all the magic that went down on Saturday night with UFC 316. What a pleasure to work with somebody for the first time, and it seemed like we worked together forever. You know what I mean? And Grease made a great observation. We're the first two on ESPN doing this. You know what I mean? As far as talking it up and chopping it up like this. Grease Hopper in the boat and Booker T doing it like it's supposed to be done, making all the mother suckers out there bow down. But more important, how you doing, man? How you feel?
Well, it's good to get a word in edgewise. No, I'm great. You know, we got to kick it on Saturday, UFC 316. Big shout out to Grease. Big shout out to Evan. Big shout out to Josiah.
Yes.
Joe, man, who always helps this show roll on ESPN National for that kickoff show for UFC 316 countdown, rather. And then on Sunday, Book, I still haven't eaten since Sunday at lunch because we went to that pot, man, that K-pot. That stuff was so good. I was so full. You know what I mean? I'm still full.
You'll be both, man. I'm still, trying to get over that coma myself. I've been sleepy ever since.
Yeah, man. I've been able to kick out, So it was a great weekend. We got Reality Wrestling Platinum Presents Power Shift going on this Saturday night with a couple huge matches that have been announced since our last time we were on this show, Book. Ryan Davison is going to be challenging Zilla Fatu for the Reality of Wrestling Championship. This goes back a couple of months when we saw Ryan Davison lead a charge against Zilla Fatu at a Fourth Rope show. And since then, it's become about the grizzled vet and the main one. We'll see them collide this Saturday at the Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena. And also, first time in history, the WWE NXT Tag Team Championships will be on the line on Saturday at Reality of Wrestling as Hank and Tank defend against the Command, Terrell Tempo, and Big Luther right there at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena.
Yeah.
Massive.
It's gonna be on, man. I'm excited, as well as I want everybody to understand, man, when they step into the arena, the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena on Saturday night. Get ready. You're going to get a treat. We're upgrading the construction crew right now. They're in the building, taking care of things, and it's going to have a whole new look. And man, back to Ryan Davison, man. One thing about Ryan Davison, you pay that man to do a job. He does that job, and he does that job well. So I can't wait to see what he put on Zilla Fatu, man. I can't stand Zilla Fatu. You know what I mean? He's a privileged kid. He grew up with a silver spoon in his mouth. He feel like he's entitled. You know what I mean? And one thing about these young kids today, man, they always run to social media and start talking. Well, you know what? Go ahead and run. Run after Saturday night, after that ass whooping, and talk about it and talk about that. How about that, Zilla Fatu? If you're listening.
Yeah, I mean, Zilla's got his ear to the street, Book. He always knows what's going on and what people are saying about him. So I'm sure he's
always
listening.
Talking about, if somebody mentioned him, make sure you tag him. Ain't nobody got time to be tagging. What does that mean? What does that mean, Brad? What does that mean?
Let people tag me, put my handle on the picture so I know that you're talking about me or you took a picture with me.
It's funny. It's funny with these young kids today, man. It's funny. I'm serious. I'm just saying.
Tag me. What does that mean? Oh, that's great.
What that means.
I don't think that you can be tagged on Instagram, and that's probably for good reason. People can't tag you. Not anybody can can get to you, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Not
Well,
anybody can get to you.
okay. I'm on a high level.
Not anybody can just get to you like that.
Okay. Okay. I appreciate
Dilla
it.
said, look, I'll take everybody.
I
You know what I mean?
I feel you. I'm just saying, because I didn't know what that meant. It was just like, it's like Black Twitter. I didn't know what that meant, until a year
You
or
said
so.
something about Naomi.
I'm like,
Wait.
when did this get created? I mean, does Elon own this too? You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure this out. This new world we living in, man. I'm trying to get up to speed. You know what I'm saying?
Does Elon own Black Twitter? I don't know.
I'm wondering, does he?
I don't know. I don't know if he has the rights to that one.
You got to find out.
Black Twitter moves the culture. That's what I've always been told.
Wait a minute. That's just a movement then, right?
So it's like the community on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the IWC.
It's like yes. Yeah. You can make that comparison. You can make that comparison. Hey, what's funny? When you found out about Black Twitter, that's when I found out about it. Because don't think you were alone in getting tagged in those tweets. I was like, whoa, hey, dodging mention. I was like,
saying, man, I come from the neighborhood. I've seen everything Black that you could possibly see, you know what I mean? But that's something no, I'm just saying. I'm talking about from the neighborhood perspective. But that was something I didn't know about until then, man. I was like, wow, man, because my people was coming after me. And the thing is, I look at Naomi now.
Miss Money Bank.
No.
I look
at Naomi now. And this is the only thing that I was asking for then.
It was. Yeah.
Am I right?
You are right.
I'm 100% right, man. This is the same thing that I was asking for back then. And I look at her now, man. And am I proud of her? You're damn right I am. You're damn right. Maybe that time, away going to TNA and, getting away, getting out of that bubble, you never know what's gonna click. I know when I see her every time, I've seen her since then and before then, we still dap it up. You know what I mean? We've never had any animosity, no matter what Twitter has tried to make it to be. I'm just saying because I think at the end of the day, she know I'm riding with her to win.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that, you know what I mean? So no, man, but it's just crazy, man. These days, man, like I say, with young folks, man, they coming after you.
Tag me, baby. Tag me.
Tag me.
Well, you know what? We'll see what happens. And I want to ask you, as the owner, speaking of tags, you're obviously legendary tag team champion. What does it mean for you for the NXT tag team titles and the tag team champions to be on the line this Saturday? And now here's also an interesting note. Hank and Tank, not only the first people to defend the NXT tag team championships at Reality Wrestling, they're actually the first team in history to win both the Reality Wrestling tag team titles and the NXT tag team titles in the same year.
You stole it from me right there. No, man, it's amazing. They won their first independent championship at Reality Wrestling. We believed in those guys. I'm serious. I believed in them.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, when Hank and Tank first came on the scene, especially Hank Walker, man, I just dogged him, man. I drove him in the ground every week. I talked about him, from top to bottom. You know what I mean? I'm serious. I rode him on a weekly basis. And then Tank Ledger came in, and then seemed like something clicked between him and Tank and Hank. I mean, they just went out there and they just thought, all right, let's just go out here and have some fun. All right, let's have some fun, but let's keep it serious at the same time, because that's what wrestling is. And then I could see the entertainment value in both of those guys. They are so good together, in the ring as well as out of the ring. I mean, I look at the stuff that they do on social media just for a show like Reality of Wrestling. They go all out. They go out, they do the vignettes, let everybody know, hey guys, show up. So me personally, I can appreciate that. And those are two guys that's gonna make it in this business, because they're at this young age, they understand it. So I'm proud of those guys to be coming to Reality of Wrestling to defend their NXT championships. This is huge, man. This is huge. This is history making. This is a history making moment for Reality of Wrestling. So Hank and Tank, let's get ready to rock and roll. Saturday night. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. I think title match, right? Title match going to be
yes, sir.
Yeah, come on, man. TitleMatch.com if you want to see it, man, and tap in to Reality of Wrestling. We'll tag you. All right.
I was about to say tag us. You know what I mean? Tag us if you can. Out there. Yeah. Tap in if you can as well. Do it all.
Man. Tag us, man, because we trying to come up at Reality Wrestling. We got some big things, even on the horizon. Reality Wrestling. Hopefully within the next week, man, I'm gonna drop a nuke on you. All right. Last time somebody said that about Reality Wrestling, it was about to go down. So I'm gonna tell you right now, perhaps in this next few days, Reality of Wrestling, 9300 M&F Flowery Expressway. We gonna drop a nuke. Okay, guys, stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Fellas, let's talk about confidence. The kind of confidence that counts when it's time to step up and deliver. And that's where Blue Chew comes in. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets designed to help men achieve stronger, harder, and longer-lasting erections. We're talking about getting in the game and staying in it.
And you know what they say, man. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And with Blue Chew, you can take these chewables anytime, day or night. So you're always good to go when the opportunity strikes. And the best part, the entire process is done online. No doctor's visits, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at a pharmacy.
Ooh, yeah. And Blue Chew is putting their money where their mouth is, offering you a whole month for free. It's simple. You sign up at BlueChew.com and consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once approved, you'll receive your prescription delivered discreetly right to your door, made in the USA and ready to go when you are.
Now, Brad, let's get real. Does it work, man? They'll mistake you for a soldier at full salute. You'll be pitching a tent like a true Eagle Scout, man. Blue Chew won't stop until every man is bricked up like a brick house. That's the mission, dog.
And listen, confidence is key, especially when you're all bricked up. There's nothing sexier than a man who's ready to go. And at BlueChew.com, they can help bring that energy when it matters most. Don't miss out on what could be the best night of your life. Make life easier by getting harder. Discover your options at BlueChew.com, and we've got a deal just for our listeners. Try your first month absolutely free. Visit BlueChew.com, use the promo code Booker, and there's more details and important safety information. And as always, we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring the Hall of Fame podcast.
Oh, yeah, man. Boom, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Yeah, man. Oh, yeah. It's going down at Reality Wrestling Power Shift Saturday night. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. I think Charmel said we had like 60 tickets left. So, guys, make sure you get one of those 60. And I think once that 60 go, we're going to figure out with this new seating arrangement to get just a few more people in there. So, guys, show up to Reality Wrestling on Saturday night. All you, guys that show up at Platinum, sometimes you guys might want to skip out. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you skip out this Saturday night, you're gonna get shut out. All right, because you're gonna miss out on everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything.
Well, don't miss it. Road Platinum presents Power Shift Saturday, Walker Texas Arena. Tickets at realitywrestling.com. And while we're on the road tip, before we move on to UFC 316, Money in the Bank, and anything else going on in the world and our super chatters, again, we have the NBA Finals this week, so you're only hearing us, our ESPN audience on Tuesday, our Nashville audience, and our regular time on Saturday. But I wanted to make a huge announcement because we are in the midst of the Reality of Wrestling draft. We know that AJ Francis and Quentin Winters are a part of Road Glory. They declared themselves the first two picks for that show. We also know that Eli Knight, according to Devon Dudley, has been announced for Reality Wrestling Glory as well. You can see those social media picks on Reality Wrestling's Instagram page. Devon Dudley make that pick for Eli Knight, which is a great pick for Glory. And we're here now to announce two more picks for Reality Wrestling, one for Reality Wrestling Glory, one for Reality of Wrestling Platinum. Should we do it right now, Book?
Might as well.
All right, well, there's the graphic. Officially, Maya World has been drafted to Reality of Wrestling Platinum.
Whack, whack.
And Clay Roberts, the precision tactician, has been drafted, the former 3-time television champion, to Reality of Wrestling Glory. What do you think of those picks, Book?
No, I mean, 2 great picks. I mean, I look at Clay Roberts right there, that photo, man. I just look at the work that he's put in the gym, since, having that shoulder injury. It was one shoulder injury that, perhaps could have taken some guys out and to say, hey, man, this may not be for me, but that dude got right in the gym, worked a little bit harder, put on I don't know, maybe 10 good solid pounds, 10, 12, maybe 15 solid pounds. Looks great. In my world, she's just looking for her moment, man, to break out. And I think this may be her time, so now two great picks and my thing is I'm so proud to be a part of this, platinum glory thing, man, because, Reality of Wrestling, 20 years we created this thing. And now we're at the point to where we got so much talent to where we had to create 2 different shows, 2 different television shows, so the talent could actually get a chance to shine. And so that's what I'm really excited about. I'm so excited, like I say, about our arena, Walker, Texas Lawyer Arena, guys. We're doing some really, really big things in there right now. And on Saturday nights, when you guys come in there and see it, you're going to say, wow, man, this is the premier wrestling promotion in all of all over the country, as far as I'm concerned, as far as at this level what we're doing is amazing. What we've created has been amazing, and it's something that, man, I thought about this 20 years ago. Kevin Bernhardt, he walked into my gym on the first day, all right, and he's 18 years old, and we were just talking, he's 38 now, right? He's been with me since
going on 50.
Yeah, right. He's been with me since day one. And that was my dream, was to be able to create a wrestling company with kids like Kevin Bernhardt, not your local, not your global superstars. You know what I mean? Because my thought process has always been, it's hard to see yourself, in the shoes of a superstar like a Seth Rollins, when you're, just say, for instance, 14, 15 years old, but you can see yourself as Maya World, and she's the champion, or Clay Roberts, and they're 18, 19, 20. You know what I mean? You can aspire to be that. You know what I mean? It's not something that's unattainable. And for me, to pull this thing off, I don't know how. I was talking to Bruce Pritchard one day, and Bruce Pritchard said, "Man, nobody thought this thing was going to work."
He probably wasn't lying.
No, bro, I know he wasn't lying. You know what I mean? But we just like the worker bees, man. We just kept going and kept going, and look at us now. Look at us now, man. Saturday night is going to be a great night, guys. If you're anywhere in the Houston surrounding area, Texas City, Galveston, you're listening, I think it'd be worth coming to 9300 Emmett F. Lowry Expressway. You'll see the big beacon in the sky, and it will say Reality Wrestling. So come out there and check it out, guys. Come out there and check it out. Seriously.
As our man Jacob Fatu says, all gas, no brakes. How's he do it? Yad not I mean? I don't know how he does it. I love
Yad I mean.
I love when he does that. Yeah, definitely check it out. Book, huge weekend, obviously, for AAA went down. The Worlds Collide. Obviously, we had great matches on that show. You had Money in the Bank go down. We were watching those as we were doing our ESPN national show for UFC 316. R-Truth, Ron Killings, back after getting quote unquote released or from his contract or not renewed. All of a sudden, the fan support, according to him and his son on social media, brought Ron Killings back to the WWE. This was a surprise, but a welcomed one for me.
Man, I've been seeing so much stuff on social media when I do look at it about Ron Killings, pros and cons. You know what I mean? Opposed to just being one of the guys that say, "Man, I'm just glad he's back." You know what I mean? I'm just. And the thing is, if he wasn't back in WWE, he'd be somewhere. He'd be working.
Oh, cool, for sure.
You know what I mean? But all the chatter and all the people trying to you know quarterback this thing and figure out what happened. Because of what Triple H said. Enjoy the show.
You enjoying the show?
And my thing is this. Was it a work? Was it a work?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
What I think?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Okay. Neither do I. But if it was, it would have been a damn good work. Okay.
Are they working the shoot into a work?
Well, you might as well. Right. I mean, if you got it, you might as well use it, right? This business has always been about creating. Am I right?
Of course.
I think firing him created a moment to actually have what we're talking about right now. You know what I mean? Was it designed that way? No. Was it designed for Cody Rhodes to win at WrestleMania? Then it wasn't. You know what I mean? But then the outpour came out. Well, we got to fix this. You know what I mean? So I don't know. People go, was it a TKO thing or was it a Triple H thing? My thing is this. Let me just give people a little bit of insight on that right there. Okay. And it's just a little bit. Okay. When the TKO people came in, Endeavor and all those guys, this was my first thought process. These guys may not know me from Adam. Okay. So let me be proactive and get ahead of this thing because I could be next on the chopping block. And the only thing I want to know is, guys, just give me a heads up. Okay. That's it. You know what I mean? But don't think I didn't talk to someone and say, hey guys, because you know why? You know why? You want to know why?
I do.
Because I understand, like so many out there perhaps don't, that this is a young man's business. It's a young woman's business. And somebody at my age, if they're not thinking about a phone call coming at some point in time, they're delusional. They're not thinking properly. So when it happened with R-Truth, I'm thinking just like I'm thinking right now when I'm talking to you, when I'm talking with everybody listening. At this stage of the game, if I'm not thinking that way, I'm being delusional. Okay? No matter how many people out there would love and the outpouring support, hopefully would come out and say, give him the job back. Don't think I would be expecting to get it. You know what I mean? Because I know, you know why? Because I would know my number have come.
Yeah.
And that's just, I'm going to tell you guys, dude, that's just fact. That's it. Can't sugarcoat it or anything like that. So I'm damn happy R-Truth is back. Damn happy. You know what I mean? But people, that was, crying and trying to make this a race thing and whatnot pisses me off. It really does. Because I don't think that's what it's about.
No. And look, there's a bunch of stories. Only a few people are going to know exactly what happened. That's going to be R-Truth predominantly in the WWE. But I love the fact that, like, when they asked Triple H about it, you enjoying the show? Like that's the right answer. If it were me, that's the right answer. You enjoying the show?
What are you going to do? Give these guys what they want, a sound bite, something that they could try to twist and change. I think you got to be smart when you're doing interviews and to pivot is something that you learn. You know what I mean? That's something that they teach you. I know I took the classes. I'm serious. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, this is Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Fame. I got something for you guys, man. Look, when I was a kid, man, cereal was my jam. But now, since I'm a grown man, I'm looking for something that gives me more than just a sugar rush and carbs, man. That's when I found Magic Spoon. Look, it's a cereal that gives you the taste of your childhood favorites, but without sugar and packed with tons of protein.
And if you're already a fan of Magic Spoon, then you need to listen up to this because I've got some big news. Magic Spoon has taken that amazing cereal that we all love and turned it into high-protein treats. These new treats are light, they're crispy, and they become my go-to snack, especially before or even after the gym.
Yeah, man, every serving of Magic Spoon cereal has 13 grams of protein, 0 grams of sugar, and only 4 grams of net carb. That fruity and cocoa flavor are the classic ones, but there's a whole lot more to try, man.
And those new treats, they've got 12 grams of protein and come in flavors like marshmallow, and chocolatey peanut butter. Perfect when you're on the go or you need a quick snack to fuel up before that workout.
Yeah, man, I keep a box in my gym bag, but it's a great late night snack as well. Those treats have that crispy texture, great taste, and the macros that make you feel good about eating them.
So Magic Spoon's bringing back those nostalgic flavors, but without all the stuff that we don't want. So if you want to try it for yourself and get $5 off your next order, go to magicspoon.com/HOF. That's magicspoon.com/HOF. Or you can even find it on Amazon or in your nearest grocery store.
That's magicspoon.com/HOF for $5 off. Magic Spoon, hold on to the dream. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. Oh, yes. But, back to Ron Killings. He's not R-Truth anymore.
Ron Killings, baby.
He's Ron Killings, so I like that too. You know what I mean? But, we might see a totally different guy, perhaps. Almost like Mick Foley and Mankind and, Dude Love. Let's see what, Ron Killings brings to the table.
Yeah, I mean, his return was in the main event of the show. There was no comedy, no funny business, no ha-ha. Boom! Hits Cena with the title.
You know what?
Gets up out of there.
You know what? I see Ron Killings winning the World Heavyweight Championship.
What?
So I see. Look,
did they give Truth the title?
Put the title on him.
Hey, man, got a lot of heat on him right now. Got a lot of spice. Got a little sazon on him.
Boy, I'm telling you, man, how crazy would that be?
Oh, it would shake up the wrestling world.
You know what? It would shake up the whole world, man. It would be the biggest thing since, perhaps putting the title on Mick Foley in WCW that night. When, everybody changed the channels to watch Mick Foley win. I think
it's actually a great comparison.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Great comparison.
Yeah.
Really could be something along that line.
Unbelievable. It could be unbelievable. Yeah. It
really could. So we'll have to pay attention to see what happens with Ron Killings, but I'm glad that he's back. And this was a thing, I actually did an interview on Saturday promoting our UFC show coming up, and they asked me about R-Truth, and I said it makes too much sense for him to be with the company. So they have to figure out some sort of deal. I didn't know that they would do it that night. I didn't expect to see him that night, but I was like, it just makes too much sense. You got to figure out how to bring this guy into the fold. Well, we talked about it on the show last week, so I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah. Same here. 100%.
Pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
What do you think? Also, we're going to hear about Evolution 2 is right around the corner. That's something that more than any other show that we've talked about on this show for years. And we're like, let's see Evolution 2. Let's see Evolution 2. We want to see Evolution 2. Let's see Evolution 2. Now they're giving us Evolution 2. I know that Nikki Bella is making her way back. I'm assuming it's got to be something along with Evolution 2. But between the NXT women, between the Raw and SmackDown women, that Evolution 2, buddy, woo, they're going to up it another level.
Yeah. It might have to be a 2-day event.
They might have to do it. And they're gonna bring it to Las Vegas, Nevada. They're going to sell Vegas out for 14 nights in a row.
Bro, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. It might have to be a 2-night event because we got that much talent.
It's
got that much talent. The roster's stacked. I mean, it's got to be at least 20 matches.
I mean, for real.
That's why I say it's got to be a 2-day event. You know what I mean? So, no, man, I'm loving it. You know what I mean? Like you said, we've been asking for this for a long time. I think the ladies deserve this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love what we do with the, the PLEs and, guys go out there and get their shine. The guys been getting their shine for a long time. And I don't think it's taken away from the shine from the guys to let the ladies go out there and have that one night only. You know what I mean? I think it's only fitting for the talent that we have on that roster just to see, just to show how big the women's division really is from a star power perspective, as far as, how they can go out there and draw the house just like everybody else. I looked at this, Worlds Collide, you know what I mean? Over 10,000 people in there for that show. And that tells me that, there's a place for this evolution where the ladies go out there, top billing from top to bottom and show up and show out, because it's something that I've been saying for last few years, as far as it's not a contest between Raw and SmackDown. It's a contest between the men and the women.
Facts, man. And I think that the women, they definitely Becky Lynch and Lara Valkyrie had a great show on Saturday. Of course, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match that had Stephanie Valkyrie and Rhea Ripley. They did the Devil's Kiss on the ladder. That was a lot made of that. And then, of course, Roxanne Perez, our own, was in there. Julia. They just recent NXT call-ups. And then you have to deal with people like Liv Morgan, who's had a hell of a career run in these last couple years. And there's so much going on with the women. Like, come on, man. Let's go. Bring them back. Evolution 2. I love everything about it. That should be something that's going to be really spectacular. And I'm interested to see how they incorporate some of the legendary names like Nikki Bella. Is Trish Stratus coming back? Will we see Lita? You know, they always kind of pop up here and there whenever there's an event like this. So
yeah.
Possibilities are endless. That AAA show was actually really, really fun to watch, especially from the reactions of the fans.
Man, I mean, this reaction thing that's going, like viral now, where people just doing reactions, man. You got some really good moments. If you reacting to that AAA, Worlds Collide, it was awesome, man. I mean, everybody went out there and they worked their butts off, man, from the beginning to the end. Everybody went out there and worked so freaking hard, and that's why it pisses me off. Like I say, when I hear people, I don't know, when I hear people criticize this generation, what I mean, and what they're doing, and they've had their time, you know what I mean. But I just hear certain comments, and I don't even want to give anybody any free airtime on the show or anything like that. But when I hear somebody, just like say, for instance, I don't really see anything in Stephanie Valkyrie. That's a bitter son of a gun. That's a really bitter person to say something like that. I don't see the allure. When you hear somebody say something like that, you go, wow, this person really is offbeat. And the reason I say that, more than anything, Brad, is because this generation that's doing it today is theirs. It's their generation. They're going to leave it the way, they want to leave it, not the way we left our generation. You know what I mean? And me personally, I think I'd rather be a part of this generation in a lot of ways, more so than mine, because, man, the devices and the pitfalls that we had to fall in back in the day, from being, I'm talking about out of the ring.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the real, darks. You see the stories, and I was just finna say the dark side.
Yeah.
The dark side of the ring.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Man, I'd rather be on this side playing the video games and doing whatever, you know what I mean, opposed to a lot of the stuff that we went through. I was lucky. I was blessed to have made it through it. But still, man, when I hear stuff like that, I say, man, let the young generation have it the way, they see it, because it's theirs. That's the way I look at it.
Well, I don't know who said they don't see an appeal in Stephanie Valkyrie or what the appeal is. What they obviously, I mean, I'm going out on a limb here, don't have their finger on the pulse of today.
Exactly my point. Yeah.
Like that's one of the most asinine, ridiculous, ludicrous, whichever other adjective you could pull out of the Merriam-Webster thesaurus to describe it. That's the stupidest thing I've heard.
And the reason I say, I agree with you 100%, because I look at before the Devil's Kiss, and I watched her work. I go, man, this girl could work.
She's awesome.
That's what I thought about first, before the Devil's Kiss ever came into play. And then the Devil's Kiss, of course, has gone viral. Yeah. I read something that said Booker T has created a global phenomenon. You know what? I'll take that. You know what I mean? Because Mark Madden created a global phenomenon with the Spinneroonie. All right? And I'm doing nothing no different than what Mark Madden did for me. Just get the wrestlers over any way we possibly can.
Yeah.
That's normally what a wrestling commentator is supposed
That's the whole job.
That's normally what our jobs are. I mean, everybody has their job. You know what I mean? There's 3 in the booth, on NXT, and we all have a job. I mean, I can't do Corey's job. I can't do Vic's job. I can do my job. And my job is to be the soundtrack for a lot of things that's going on. I'm like the beatbox, okay? All right, I'll take that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know my job. And and just like I can't do those guys' jobs, they can't do mine.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just, the thing today with wrestling, man, like I say, when I hear a lot of the guys from the past, my era, man, they're just so negative towards.
Somebody from your era said that?
Yeah.
All right. You have to tell me who later. But again, look, yeah, I think that the business overall is safer. I think there are a lot more pitfalls that people can stumble into, especially with internet and fans and
Oh yeah.
direct messages and whatever else could happen.
Yeah.
Pictures, all this, that, and the third.
Look at the Velveteen Dream. Yeah. I mean,
Case in point.
guy had a hell of a career going. A guy that
Case in point.
was touted to be a star by many. John Cena even said, you know, and then there again, one little pitfall, social media. Boom, it could be all over with. So you got to, even today, you got to understand the lay of the land. There are many, many pitfalls that you could fall into that could derail everything. And there again, there was so many back in the day. And we see, there again, I've seen so many guys get put 6 feet under and, you know, part of that.
Well, I will say this before we go to break. I remember listening to Stone Cold Steve Austin tell John Cena one time. He said, "Hey, kid, do me a favor. Next time you're out in that ring, I want you to snug up on that STF." He thought Cena was a little too loose on it, right? So, Book, I feel like you should do a favor to a fellow commentator, and you should kind of give Pat like a walkthrough on how to do the
yeah. I'm
gonna snug it up a little bit.
We'll do a video and send it to him.
Do a video and send it
to him. You know, just to tighten it up just a little bit. But I know, you know what? I know he can do it. I know he can do it. I'm passing you the baton. You got to get it over, man, because right now it's a global phenomenon. Let's keep it going. Guys, you're in the Hall of Fame. Stick around. We'll be back in a minute. Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. You know, see, that music that was just playing right there kind of reminded me of when we first started the show. I was thinking about something. Our Harlem Heat music. Mm-hmm. You know, it was based in it, and I was reading something about the Harlem Heat music the other day, and it has some remnants from Kraftwerk. They put some of it together, and Kraftwerk was like literally like one of my favorite groups. When I was coming up as a kid, I used to dance to like Numbers all the time. That was like one of my dance group songs, and you know, More Fun to Compute. And when I found that out, I was like, man, maybe that's the reason I like that song so much. It's got so many different elements from different songs too. So you got to go and read the story about that song. It's very, very unique. Yeah.
Somebody did a video. I can't remember who it was. A few years ago, where they actually broke down all the samples. There are I think the original track was called Rap Sheet. Yeah. I think the name of the song is called Rap Sheet.
Yeah, we can't even talk about some of it.
Some of it you can't. No, you don't want to bring that one up. No, sir. Not on this show. But you could check it out somewhere online for sure. But yeah, that's funny. Yeah, but the Harlem Heat music, obviously iconic. Well, we have some super chatters to get to, BT. Obviously, if anybody wants to super chat in, there's our last segment of the day. Again, the NBA Finals are going down, so we're preempted on our Wednesday show, but we'll be here Tuesday and Saturday, as said before. But here we go. Here's our first super chat of the day. Super chat. F.A. Pilot says, "What's up, King Book and the Boat? I'm ready to get the rest of the school money. I will be there in July. I'm ready to meet y'all. I'm so ready to put in that work." Oh, yeah, man.
They'll be waiting on you, bro. I mean, I got you peeped out. As soon as you walk in, I'm gonna know exactly who you are. And I'm gonna tell you, bro, let's get to work. That's what this thing's about. Hard work is easy work. That's what reality wrestling is all about.
Here we go. Our next one.
Super chat.
Angry Duckling Institution. Still want to know the story behind that name. Hey, Book and Brad, I'm late to the chat. What do you two make of what's going on between R-Truth and Triple H? Hope all is well, you two. And if he's referring to the after the show comment that Triple H made, you enjoying the show? I need that as a drop, I think, on the show. You enjoying the show? We already talked about it, but did you have any other thoughts, Book, on Truth and Triple H?
I mean, well, not what Triple H said, but perhaps what R-Truth said. R-Truth said, yeah, I got fired.
I got fired. The fans brought me back, is essentially what he said, right?
Bro, I mean, that's pretty much, the way he said, that's pretty much, what happened. It wasn't a work in his eyes, and I'm like this, bro. Like I say, when it happened, what did I say? I say stuff like this happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I said. I say stuff like that. It's going to happen to all of us. I say it's going to happen to me. But for him to have gotten his gig back, because let's say this, TKO saw they made a mistake, and they say, man, bro, we got to fix this.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Not a damn thing.
Okay, that's my thing. Somebody would make an issue about that. You know what I mean? And I don't know what his deal is. And the thing is, I don't want to know. And you know why? Because I never tried to spend anybody else's money in this business. So I never thought about whatever somebody else was making. I only thought about what I was making. All right. And if I got caught up, trying to keep up with the Joneses, trust me, I'm gonna get left behind every time.
Yeah, you're not trying to pocket watch over there, and you know what? We're happy with it. Killings is back. That's all there is to it. Our next one comes from D'Angelo Brown. What's up, Booker? I just watched Devon Dudley's YouTube with you and him ranking tag team. Why weren't the Nasty Boys and Demolition on the list?
Well, that was just a short list. That we wasn't really ranking tag teams like the 1 to 10 or anything like that. We were just ranking, if they were elite. I think it was Super A, B, and C, and I think, but it wasn't like any order or anything like that. Maybe we'll do another one, and we can add more tag teams on that list, and we can rate them as well. And I think that's what the idea is going forward with Devon and I. If we continue to do something like that, to rate tag teams of the past and of the future and where they are.
We'll see. We'll see what comes of it. Oscar Bum said, R-Truth is forming a stable with Fatu and Booker. Yada I mean.
Yada mean. Hey, man. R-Truth, man, like I say, he's a guy that's been in the trenches, man, many, many years. He know the game. Trust me, he knows the game. Yeah.
What do you think about Jacob Fatu just organically getting over with the crowd? And, they turned him babyface on Saturday at Money in the Bank. This guy, all gas, no brakes, is a great way to describe his style. But I feel like he's going to be out of here, man. Just out of here.
You know what? He's definitely stepped up his game. He's coming to his own, and I just encourage that dude to just keep his head straight and just keep doing what he's doing. And that's going out there and knocking out of the park every time, no matter what situation I think they're going to put him in, I think he's going to be able to succeed, so I appreciate what Jacob's doing, man. Him and I, we've had many, many talks about exactly what's going on right now. And I'm just glad I'm here to see it.
Mike Woodson says, Stephanie Vauquer, 3 matches in less than 24 hours. Book, what's the most time matches you wrestled in a day's span? Well, that's a good question.
It's a really good question. I've wrestled, 2 matches in one night, back to back. That's the closest I've come to, something like what Stephanie has done. I don't remember in my career, having to. Then, I may have wrestled, the next day. Now, then again, I think I was off that next day because it was TV. You know what I mean? So now,
those Saturday night tapings or Thunder tapings, you never had to do more than 1 match or 3, or you never did 3?
No, I never did. Oh, you know what? I would have to go back to my global career. When I would work 3 times in one night.
There you go.
Yeah. I would have to go back that far for me to have done something like that.
Yeah, well, she was sensational all weekend long. And I mean, she had that tag match with Lola Vice earlier in the day on Saturday.
Sensational. That's what she was. Sensational. Went out there and did the damn thing. Give it up for Stephanie McCurry.
Oh yeah, no.
Stand up, man.
Cali Toenail Booker right down the middle. T. You took Devon's you took Devon's jabs and stabs like a 35-time champ. I do admit I didn't think you were gonna go for that B plus. Y'all were S tier. I'm assuming something about the video with you and Devon and Harlem.
Yeah, because Devon, I think he gave his the Dudley's like a super, and my thing, like I told Devon, I say, look, I'm gonna be honest about this. I'm gonna call it right down the middle. I say the Dudleys. Honestly, the ECW, and you can ride with me on this.
Okay.
I say the Dudleys ECW career. I say, look, man, that was a regional company. Those guys working at a bingo hall, really. Let's just be honest. You got to wipe that part of your careers out. It's done. All right. You can't even include it. All right. You guys did some good work in Japan. All right. But who remembers that here in the States? Do you remember any Japanese matches? Any?
No.
Just one. Name one.
I can't do it.
Yeah, come on. Okada, somebody.
Naito. Maybe they work Naito.
Okay. So you don't remember any of that either, right?
No.
Okay. WWE. You would not remember the Dudleys if it wasn't for the Hardys and Edge and Christian. We may not ever have heard of the Dudleys if it wasn't for those guys, right? Am I right or wrong on that?
In ways, yes, they all made each other in WWE.
Come on, give it to me straight here. All right. So my thing is, I said I give those guys a B plus at best.
I think that's fair. That's a fair assessment.
All right. In Harlem Heat, I didn't give us an S or anything like that. I think I gave us an A. You know what I mean? But I didn't want to, try to jump up there with the, guys like the Rock and Roll Express who made me want to do professional wrestling, the Midnight Express, who definitely was a tag team. I was like, man, these guys are incredible. Or the Road Warriors who changed the whole name of the game. I said, I can't do that. I'm going to be honest here. Unlike Diva.
Okay, well,
I just want to put that out there.
Let's move on. D'Angelo Brown, your guys' reaction to Mariah May NXT debut. Did we not call it like the day before?
I've been working on something. Let me
hear it.
Mayday, 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 Mayday. It's going down. It's going down. How you like it?
I love it. I love it.
Mayday, Mayday.
What did you think of it, though? What did you think of it real quick?
I loved it. You know what I mean? It's just new blood. You know what I mean? And she had a run over in AEW. All right. And obviously she said, man, let me, bump up my game and go do something. Let me go, show up and show up.
I'm just going to say it again. It's so crazy how the WCW and WWE rivalry, WWF, mirrors the AEW NXT situation, right?
Yeah.
First competing on the same night, then AEW going after more veteran talent like Edge and Jericho and Punk and Danielson and Moxley, and then NXT going after the younger talent, the Mariah Mays, the Ricky Saints, and people such as that coming in and what's my guy's name who just came in from? Oh my gosh, your guy. What is his name?
Joe Hendry?
Oh, no, what? Joe Hendry.
Ethan Page.
Ethan Page.
Okay. All right.
I always want to call him Adam Page. Ethan Page.
Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Oh my God, I can't wait to get that over.
Yeah.
Mayday going to the moon.
Love her. Alex Cosentino, did you text JBL, damn it? He didn't do it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think I had the wrong number. He DM'd me his new number. I gotta look it up though. Yeah, that's what it was.
That's a Booker spin if I've ever heard one. Cali Tono says Naomi win is going to give us so many great matches. Jade Cargill is getting that belt, which is going to lead to a face with Bianca Belair, which will lead to Jade and Charlotte. This is going to be a ride. Hold on. Okay. Cali's booking the territory.
See, man, my thing is this, man. That everybody want to jump on everything that I was talking about with Naomi. You know what I mean? I said this. This is Naomi we needed. many months ago. All right, no, but nobody, everybody wanted to jump on me about it. They wanted to dog me out. You know what I mean? Kick me to the curb. And now look at Naomi, ride or die. You know what I mean? That chick talking about, cutting somebody right now. Oh man, yeah, that's what she.
Stand back, baby.
Yeah.
I love it. Let's see. John Ashford, Brad using the word asinine, referencing Stephanie Vaquer Gold. Okay, I see what you did there.
I see
right.
that. We ain't even thinking about that.
I see what you did.
Ain't nobody even thinking about that. See, that's the rap, we get when we saying something totally genuine. All right. Even though it was a good catch.
Good catch. I mean, I see how you put 2 and 2 together and made 4. I was watching a movie the other night. Have you ever seen Be Cool with John Travolta?
No.
What's his name? Steven Tyler, the lead singer of Aerosmith.
I know you don't.
Uma Thurman's character walks up to him, and I've just never heard this line. It made me laugh. And I think her name is Edie or something in the movie. He goes, "Edie, look at you. Look at how those 2 legs go up and make an ass out of themselves." Something like that. And that was his pickup line. I'm like, Steven Tyler, sit your old ass down. Mel Manchild Jones said, oh no, here we go. I'm sorry. Oscar Bum says, I feel Solo should have had $1 million man gimmick.
Solo
Sikoa?
I don't
know. I will say this. He was so entertaining in that ladder match on Saturday. He was so entertaining, and he didn't do a whole lot, but just even when he would like mock Penta and do his little walk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then he told Jacob Fatu like all gas, no brains or something like he was just being funny and entertaining. And it was a good spot for him. I like Solo Sikoa.
Nah, man. I like Solo also. I mean, but I don't see him,
being $1 million man.
No.
Mel Manchild Jones says, I need Harlem Heat action figures. Can you hook me up? Try eBay. Right?
Yeah, man. I don't have any Harlem Heat action figures to be honest.
Those things sold out.
Yeah.
Let's see. Light G, working hard for a row opportunity and getting better, taking your advice very seriously. Good to see you in Huntsville a few weeks ago with my family. Much love to the goat in the boat. Majestic.
Just keep training, man. It's your lifeline in this business. It's a visual business. First impression could be your last. So make sure you check off those boxes and perhaps pass that airport test if you want to make it in this business.
Yeah, for sure. Devon says Ron Killings more than deserves to be a world champion, even for a day. Also, Book, how do you feel about the crowd continuing a reaction to the Devil's Kiss? I will say there was Devil Kiss reaction videos all over the place, including at a local watch party here in Houston. I saw that on an Instagram account today. I got to send you the link. But what do you feel about that, the Devil's Kiss phenomena?
I feel great about it, man. I feel great. They should name it. She should call it the Booker T. You know what I mean? She should just rename it, call it the Booker T, and take it all the way to the bank. I mean, that's my thing. Anything to put some shine on these guys, I'm gonna do it. And when I hear a whole arena doing that, you know what that tells me? It tells me we're doing something right. You know why? You know why it tells me we're doing something right? In the height of the Attitude Era, crowd participation was the number one thing.
Yeah.
It was the number one thing in the height of the Attitude Era. I don't know if people from my generation have forgotten that, but that was the number one thing, was crowd participation. That's why everybody brought the signs back then, because they wanted to be a part of the show. And when these old heads forget about that, damn it, they like you say, out of touch.
Yeah, for sure.
That's exactly what they are. So the Devil's Kiss and the world going along with it, it's nothing more than the fans wanting to be a part of the show. That's it.
Yada mean? D'Angelo Brown says, it's been official. WrestleMania back in Vegas next year. Does this make Rock look dumb after coming out announcing WrestleMania in New Orleans a couple of months ago? It doesn't make him look dumb. Plans changed.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that at all. I'm not a huge fan of Mania in Vegas personally, but that's the decision of the company, and I'm going to be watching.
I don't think they made him look dumb or anything like that either, because I'm sure he showed up, he got paid to go out and say it, perhaps. You know what I mean? And I'm sure he wasn't the one who made the decision.
No.
We're going to New Orleans this year. No matter what, we're going. You know what I mean? Nah, just one of those things, man.
Yeah, you can't change the location on the Rock. It'll make the Rock look bad. That's not what he's thinking at all.
Exactly.
That's crazy. D'Angelo Brown gifted a channel sub. We appreciate that.
Ooh,
and
appreciate you.
Callie Toenail says, y'all watch Straw on Netflix. Oscar, I say no more. I have not seen Straw, but I'll check it out.
I might have to check it out when I'm binge watching or something. But yeah, I'll check it out.
That's it, DT.
You know anything about it?
I don't know anything about Straw. No, I got to look it up.
Okay. All right. I'll check it out. But nah, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame today, man. Get your champagne wishes, caviar dream. This show is all about the people. I want to thank all you guys as far as the super chatters, man. I want to thank all you guys, for representing, because this show wouldn't be anything without you guys. Bradley, for all the heavy lifting, as always, man, we appreciate you. Until next time, peace. We love you. We out.